Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the Home Weather Office on this Tuesday morning. It's the 16th day of May, 2023. This is the morning briefing, and it is going to be another good-looking day. Sunshine throughout the area, and temperatures warm, but not overly hot for this time of year. We can certainly do 100 degrees at this time of year. We're not going to do that this week, but the afternoons will be warm in the upper 80s to low 90s. And each day really isn't going to bring any significant changes. Temperatures may vary between about let's say 87 or 88 and maybe as high as 93, 94, probably all the way into the weekend. But there are a couple of things that we're going to be keeping our eye on, but we are kind of getting into that doldrums kind of time of year where we don't see major changes from time to time. I still think we may see another wrinkle or two before we get into full-on summer, but for right now anyway, the short term looks relatively quiet. So let me show you what's going on this morning. Another terrific looking satellite this morning with the marine layer. Yeah, we have marine layer, and we're going to have an onshore breeze. Well, some valley locations will make it maybe as high as the mid-90s, especially, let's say, from Marysville to the north with a light north flow during the day today. Areas like Napa, Solano County, Contra Costa County will stay significantly cooler. And I also think we'll see a nice delta breeze getting into San Joaquin County. Modesto may run a little bit warmer. Some high clouds trying to come up from the south. No big deal there, but this almost looks like a monsoon type of flow, but it really isn't. Not quite yet anyway. But you can see the clouds coming up this way, and then they arch off into Nevada. And out here, there will be some thunderstorms during the course of the day today. Extensive snowpack, of course. I do want to talk about the snowpack a little bit. It is impressive for this time of year, but statistics can be misleading. I want to show you a chart from the Central Sierra Snow Lab. So these guys give us accurate snow amounts, snow totals, and all that sort of thing. And what you're looking at here is a chart of the snow water equivalent. So in other words, how much water is in the snow, and they track it throughout the year. This solid blue line that I'm tracking right here, that's the average. And the average usually tops out right around the beginning of April, late May, beginning of April. And it's here in the range of 34, 35 inches of water. And then they have ranges here for percentiles of, it's in the 90th percentile type of year. Of course, this year has been off the charts, even going off of their chart. It peaked out around 76, I think. Yeah, somewhere around 76. But as you can see, with the warmer weather, it is now beginning to come down, and now it's down to 50.4. But 50.4 is still higher than even the average high in late March or early April. But as I was saying, statistics can be misleading because what we're going to see here in the next few weeks is some folks will start talking about the percentage of average. Well, if you look at this line up in here, as of this date, as of today, the average is 0.3. I can't point to it because you can see right there, the average is 0.3 and we have 50.4. So when you talk about percentage of average, what you're doing is you're dividing 50.4 by 0.3. And over the next couple of days, next week, that is actually going to go to 0. So what happens is you start getting ridiculous sorts of statistics. So this right here is the percentage of average snow water equivalent to date. And right here, as of today, it's 17,000% of average. And this will start applying to the statewide averages as well that we start showing you. So if you start hearing statistics that the snow water equivalent is 20,000% of average or something, that's why, because you're basically dividing a whole number by a decimal number or even dividing by 0. So yeah, the percentage of average is going to become a rather ridiculous sort of stat. Let's talk about some of the models here. I'm just going to show you the 500 millibar chart here with the temperatures overlaid. And what you'll see here is right now, here we have a ridge. And as you can see, the flow goes this way over Northern California and then drops down to the east. And this overall pattern doesn't change too much. We basically have a high overhead. This is getting into the day Friday. Southwesterly flow here, northerly flow over Nevada and Utah. And while this flow is certainly, this pattern is certainly warm, this is getting into the day Saturday. Again, a ridge here, but southwesterly flow. It looks as though we're going to hang on to the marine layer, helping to keep temperatures in a pretty moderate range with an onshore breeze. And let's see, can we finally get, this is getting into the Sunday, Monday. So finally, this is Sunday. A little trough goes by. So this will drop temperatures and maybe getting them down closer to average, maybe 80 or something like that. So that's a change we'll look at in the forecast. But between now and Saturday, there's going to be very little change. And even after that little low goes by, well, it does look as though there may be some more troughing into next week. We'll see how that all works out. But at least through the day Saturday, there's going to be very, very little change. One thing that we'll keep an eye on is the Merced River. Now, it was interesting. We anticipated yesterday that Yosemite would announce a closure, but they didn't do that. Instead, what they said was, some of the campgrounds are closed, but the rest of the valley is still open. But this is the forecast to go above flood stage. This is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we'll see what they do. But what they say is that they will give a 2-day notice before they do any sort of a full closure. So that means that today's Tuesday. That means that, well, it's going to be open Wednesday. And, maybe they close it on Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Don't know. But either way, this is going to have to be watched because this forecast of 12.8 feet on Saturday, that is enough to inundate roads like the North Side Drive and South Side Drive and put water up over things like Swinging Bridge. So those are a couple of things we have to keep an eye on. And obviously there will also be some flooding, although it doesn't appear to be too severe at this point. The forecast for the Carson River and the Walker River, but those will be running quite high. And if you're going to be driving Highway 395, you're certainly going to be seeing those rivers run high and fast. And with the warm weather lasting into Saturday, it does look as though we will continue to see a lot of that snow melt. As I showed you from the Central Sierra Snow Lab, there's a lot of water up there, 54 inches right now at the Central Sierra Snow Lab. The statewide average is more like 45 to 47 inches. But either way, that's 4 feet of water, not 4 feet of snow, 4 feet of water that's contained in that snow that has to come down statewide, which means that rivers are going to continue to run high well into June and even into July. And here we are in the middle part of May. We still have another 6 to 8 weeks of pretty good snowmelt going on here, and it's going to have to be monitored day by day. So that's everything I have for you this morning. I'll be on KCRA tonight at 4, 5, 6, and 7. There will be a Facebook live chat tonight at 8 o'clock, and then I'll be back on KQCA at 10 o'clock and KCRA at 11. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's just a day. So have yourselves a great day, and I'll talk to you later.